Oh, we are live. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Claude Diamond, and we are live here this morning. And the reason we're live is I'm a big YouTube fan. I listen to other people on YouTube. I learn a lot from YouTube. Is basically my search engine. When I want to learn something or a topic or something, I find a variety of speakers and things like that. Anyway, this morning um, I heard another guru, success training coach, talking with one of his students, and I thought I had to go live with this and talk about it. It's the one thing I can't stand is the phony rah rah. We you have to you have to motivate yourself to success. And I heard this guru. It was a long interview, by the way, and he was interviewing a student, and he said he was talking about how proud he was of her and how hard she was working and everything like that. And then when it came down to it, how many deals has she done? Zero. How many clients, contracts? Zero. How much money has she made? Zero. And he was talking about how she's so enthusiastic and everything. Enthusiasm does sell, okay? But also, the only way to really, truly, honestly be enthusiastic is to have your own success. Duh, right? So you got to go to your clients, your prospects. This guru was saying, and you got to act confident and everything else, and that's true. But they'll smell a phony 10 miles away, because the only thing that really succeeds is success. The only thing that'll keep you motivated is going to the bank. I'm sorry, can I just be blunt here? And if you guys have questions or anything like that, feel free to post them in the chat box here. We're doing this exclusively on YouTube this morning. I took a bunch of notes, and he was telling him some of the things that I think that's been recycled from Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill and Brian Tracy. All good stuff, by the way, and I've read all those books. But you want to be successful, you've got to be realistic. You've got to be honest with yourself. If you want to be enthusiastic, going every day to the bathroom mirror and going to your little post-its on the refrigerator and reading your affirmations. And you guys can disagree with me. I know I'm going to get in trouble on this thing. Okay. I know you have to believe in yourself. You have to be your own cheerleader. I know that. But going every day and thinking that reading your little affirmations, I like myself, is going to work. You're kidding yourself. Okay. Because the only thing that'll work is going to the bank, is making money. Here, let me use a little bit. You see this? When you make money, you feel great about yourself. You feel like you've accomplished something. You can kid yourself forever with your affirmations. You can even, here's where I even get in more trouble. Oh man, maybe, do you ever think about you shouldn't say something before you say it? I'll have to qualify it. I'm a big Anthony Robbins fan. Awaken the Giant Within. I love reading positive, motivational books, and Dale Carnegie, and I love Brian Tracy. I think one of the best books ever done is the Psychology of Success. By the way, I don't agree with everything in it, but I love it. Dale Carnegie, speaking to success. A lot of good stuff like that. But the only thing that'll make you successful is actually achieving success. When you have success, you can speak enthusiastically, honestly to people. When you're going there and you haven't done a deal, or you're still working on it, be honest with, hey, you know what? This is my first deal, and I have something to prove, not only to myself but to you, sir or ma'am. I'm going to work 20 times harder to make sure that you get the results that you're paying me for, that you're looking for. I know a lot of you are in real estate, and even if you haven't done your first deal, go to people and say, you know what, I have unlimited energy, and I want to make this happen. So don't lie to people with stuff. And that's what I heard from this one guru. His name will go unmentioned, so don't even ask me. Um, so our affirmations don't work. You can be your own cheerleader. Walking on hot coals. This is what I was talking about before. Okay, is where I get in trouble. I think walking on hot coals will just give you a hot foot. I don't think it proves a darn thing. Okay, yes, it's a challenge. I did it. It's like running the marathon. I'm a marathon runner. I've run a lot of New York. You can see the things behind me, all my medals and stuff like that. I'm a slow runner, but I love running. I've won a few. I've come in first and second place in a few for my age group and everything. And I love that and I feel good about myself, but I worked very hard for it. Um, then the other thing, a lot of the gurus love to say this stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that doesn't work. Okay, this is the kind of the guru nonsense that's out there. Affirmations, telling yourself you like yourself in the bathroom mirror 20 times every morning. Um, you're putting together a team is another one. Excuse me. Getting over a little head cold here. They tell you you've got to build your team. I think that's a lot. Okay, it's great to have network with people and all that. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, in the chat box there, if you go to claudediamond.com, I've got a free book, a free mind map, and a free 15-minute training session. You can just click on that link that's in the little chat box there if you like, or just go to claudediamond.com. I give away free stuff. I feel I have to earn your trust first and let you see a little of my materials and listen to me live and answer me questions before you decide maybe this is the guy you want as your coach or mentor. I'm the author of The Gut Sales Method, by the way. I believe that sales is the $1,000,000 skill. I think without sales, it doesn't matter how hard you work, how smart you are, how big you build your team, um, and all these things. I think what you basically have to do is give good phone, is be able to have a system that allows you to be confident and get the results you want to go to the bank, baby. Okay. So, because when you make money and when you're speaking to people all day long, oh, that was the other thing this guru said. I'm jumping around here a little. And, he was saying how you've got to make hundreds or thousands of phone calls every day. I get, I've done videos, a lot of videos on this. Tell you this, if you make a lot of phone calls from a bad list and you're reading a script to people and you're getting 100% rejection, duh, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work for you. You can figure that out. If people are saying, no, 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 take me off your list, hang up, you're just getting voicemails and you don't know what kind of voicemail to leave. There is a way to leave voicemails and people are not calling you back and you're not engaging in confident, wonderful adult to adult conversations. You're just wasting your time and you're going to get frustrated. No matter how many hot coal walking parties you go to, no matter how many affirmations you read, okay, and how big your team is built up. Let's talk about the team building thing for a second here. And if you have a question, I'd be glad to answer it, by the way. They talk about team building. Okay. You're a team of one. Unless you're married like me, my wife does all the bookkeeping and stuff. We're a team. We're a good business. We're not only a married couple, but we're a good business team. But I've had employees. Okay, I've been an employee. Okay, and I'm the world's worst employee. All I do is look at the clock and can't wait to go home, and so I can live my own life under my own terms. I don't like working for other people. I'm unemployable. But a lot of the gurus say you got to build your team, you got to network. Two different things actually. Building your team, you got to get your acquisition manager, your marketing team, your VA. You've got to get all these different people. To that I say BS. If you're a solopreneur, I'm a solopreneur. I'm a kitchen table millionaire. I'm a guy who likes to work on the kitchen table, pick up the phone, use Zoom, use the technology, and speak to people. Ask them questions like your doctor or lawyer would, and say, what's your problem? What's your issue? What are you trying to accomplish? Trying to make more money? You want to be more comfortable in sales? You want to do more real estate deals? Why haven't you achieved that yet? What's the problem? What's holding you back? Some people are very honest. Some people give me excuses. We got to get to the point. The thing is, I do the marketing, I do the sales, and I do it myself. I don't delegate it to other people because I don't believe this is your takeaway. I don't believe you can delegate your business to third parties. Did you hear what I just said? You cannot delegate your business to somebody else. I know this nice person in the Philippines or somewhere else, I'm sorry. You can pay a lot of what a lot of people do. This is what I do. I run a very successful business. Okay. And I do one thing really well. Drum roll. I talk to people. I talk one-on-one. I talk on the phone. I talk on Zoom, on FaceTime, okay? This wonderful device gives us the ability to speak to people everywhere. If you're selling a product, if you're in real estate, you're a real estate agent, you're a real estate investor, you sell life insurance, you sell cars. We're all in sales, right? We all think we're in different businesses. We're actually in the sales business. And who knows better? Who can be more enthusiastic, more authentic than the person who's running the business? Why do these gurus tell you that you should be delegating your business to your team, your acquisition managers, your Vs? Why do they tell you that garbage? They tell you that because they know you're scared of doing the one thing. What's the one thing everybody's so damn scared about? Sales. Public speaking is right up there, okay? And I had that phobia too. I overcame it. I found a way to get on the phone with my gut sales method. But that's the whole premise of doing this broadcast is tell you you got to have a system. You got to have a simple three-step system of learning how to ask questions and just get into nice conversations with people. Ever get into a nice conversation with people, with somebody? You were relaxed. You found you read the same book, saw the same movie, had the same interests, lived in the same place, some kind of commonality or familiarity. Imagine if you could do that with strangers all day long. I'm losing my throat. I'm sorry. I'm coming off a little bitty cold here. I'm in Winter Park, Colorado. Today is brought to you by Perrier. I wish. Oh, wouldn't that be great? I drink two things all day long. I drink either black coffee. Here's my favorite little Minions cup. I got this from Universal Studios, my favorite amusement park. When I'm in California, I'm in the mountains now. But I drink a lot. I drink this all day. I don't eat all day. People ask me, how do you stay enthusiastic? You stay lean and mean. Okay. I don't eat all day long. I don't eat breakfast other than one or two cups of black coffee. I don't have snacks. I don't have lunch. I have a very good dinner, usually a big salad, and I'll have fish or meat or pasta or something, or just a salad. And I eat one meal a day. I also exercise every day, and that keeps me my energy levels real high. And the funny thing is, I don't get hungry during the day. So it's a question of training. Anyway, to your health here. Oh, that is delicious. Little splash of lime. It's so good. So, what's my point? There's a lot of guru nonsense out there. You've got to take responsibility for your business. You've got to keep this is common sense stuff. Keep your overhead low and keep your profits high. How do you do that? You decide, I'm going to be the person doing my marketing. I spend 30 to 60 minutes a day on marketing. I do a lot of social media marketing. I do podcast interviews. I do live streaming like I'm doing right now. I will do anything to garner or attract attention. And I'm hoping someone will come to me, call me, text me, email me. And I'm going to burp. I tried to hide it there. Sorry, excuse me. And I'm trying to attract warm prospects, basically. Maximo Hernandez, good value information, Claude. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say that. If you have a question, feel free to post it in the chat group. I love questions as long as they're reasonable. Okay, be reasonable. The thing about it is, I talk to people every day. The people I talk to are warm calls, follow-up calls. Do I do cold calls? Of course I do. I get people who are in my database. I don't even remember who they are. I might follow up with them also. You can do cold calls if you're just starting your business, but when you do cold calls, make sure you don't sound like your competition. Because here's the death of success. This is what doesn't work. And this is what gurus are telling you. You got to go walk into the sunshine and call 100 people. And if 100 people say no, to call another 100. The one guy I heard this morning, he's saying to call hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of people, which I think is nuts because nobody can stand. My ego it bruises easily, okay? And I can't stand that much rejection. Can you? Honestly. If you know you got to get up every morning and make a bunch of phone calls or do a lot of marketing or spend a lot of money and nobody is going to call you back, or the people you do finally get hold of are nasty or snippy. You know what I'm talking about. okay, and they don't like you. Oh my god, and how can you do you're gonna procrastinate, aren't you? Be honest here. I'm really honest with myself. I'm the former world's worst salesman. I was horrible. I couldn't give away see this money? I couldn't give away money on the street corner. I could go up to people, "Hey, would you like $100? Go away, leave me alone." I didn't do that. What's my point? My point is that if you're doing something, we all go to a seminar, read books, go to some gurus who give us a lot of motivation. You got to go out there, drive for dollars, knock on doors, mail to a list of people who know who you are and don't want to hear from you. Excuse me. The thing about it is that the kind of rejection you want all day long? Here's what my day is like. Okay, I talk to people every day. I talk to follow-ups. People have contacted me in the past. I do a lot of social media marketing. I'll explain that to you. Let me make a note here. Let me explain my law of attraction marketing. But my average day, I have hard appointments with either my existing clients or then when I want to drum up new business, I go to my follow-up list, people I've spoke to 30, 60, 90 days, a year ago. Okay. I speak to anywhere from, I'd say on an average day, 5 to 25 people a day. And the majority of those are what I call warm or attraction prospects. And the first thing I'll do is be the doctor in the room. Hi, what's your problem? What's your biggest challenge? Why are you having trouble buying a home, selling a home? What's stopping you from investing in a home? I love talking about real estate. I've been in real estate 30 years. I love it. It has given my family prosperity, freedom, real freedom. We'll talk about that if we have enough time here today, or if my voice holds out. My voice has been going. I'm up here at 12,000 feet in Winter Park, Colorado. We get 300 inches of snow, and it's dry here. It's like desert dry. I turned off my humidifier because I don't like the background noise when I'm talking about this. But I talk to people every day. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. What do we have here? Abernath Art. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Just joined. Yes, that's what I've been taught. Nice haircut. Yes, I just got a haircut. Who noticed? Thank you. My hair grows like a weed and manure. It's a blessing. Thank you, Mom. My mom has been gone a long time. Bless her soul. Yeah, I got her hair, and even as I get older and older, I lie about my age. I tell everyone I'm 36. I know it's a pretty stupid lie. It doesn't work either. But it just 2 weeks from now, it's like it'll be over my ears and everything. Who cares? The thing about it is, I talk to people. And I use attraction marketing. And when I speak to people, I don't give a presentation. I don't beg. Do we get salespeople? They beg. They ask for the order. Oh, it's so damn. It's like what the see when salespeople act like traditional salespeople, their rejection rate is almost 100%. The prospect has a system also, a default system. It's like a drawbridge on a castle. They see the salesman coming, salesmen and lawyers. I'm a recovering attorney. Uh, I don't practice, but I love the law. I love studying it. And I have somewhere back there is a degree on the wall, a doctorate. But the thing about it, and I love attorney jokes. I don't take offense at them. Thing is, when the prospect sees you coming, when you're acting so obvious, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I am just reaching out to you today. When you sound like that, your rejection rate is 100%. That's insanity. Why do you want to do something that constantly fails? And it's not your fault. A lot of times, this also kind of ticks me off. A lot of the gurus or trainers or coaches out there, they make it like it's kind of like character. It's your character. You're not working hard enough. You have to overcome that rejection. It's not your fault. This is your Uncle Claude telling you the truth because nobody can stand that much rejection. You get a phone call at dinner time. You got your hot meatloaf dinner on the table. Okay, my wife makes a great meatloaf. I know listen, we have a lot of vegan nights too. Okay, I heard what you're saying. The thing about it is, when someone interrupts us with a unwanted phone call, we either let it go to voicemail, I pick it up, I say, "Take me off your list," I hang up, I turn into nasty Claude. Hard to believe, I know. The thing about it is, why do we want to do something that when people call us and bother us, Why do we want to why do we want to do the same thing that we hate that when other people do it to us? When they invade our household, when they mail us garbage mail, email, they text us garbage stuff. Do you guys get that all day long too? I get it. Okay. And you know what? We delete, we block, we hate this stuff. FCC, Federal Trade Commission, whatever. Excuse me. All of them, they don't do a damn thing about it. And it's annoying marketing, and we don't do business with these people. We just delete them or reject them or get nasty at them before we hang up the phone. Why do you want to do marketing like that? It doesn't work. But what I do every day, I talk to people. Okay. I talk to warm prospects. I talk to follow ups. I do a little cold calls. And the first thing I'll do is a pattern interrupt. I'll say, gee, how come your house didn't sell? Or would you like to sell your house today? I'd like to make you an offer today. I say this right up front. I skip the whole how you doing? How'd you like the Super Bowl? How's the weather? Just reaching out to you. How are you today? I love when they say that because then I tell them how I'm doing today and I go on a soliloquy for about 5 minutes until they hang up. The thing about it is, when I speak to people, I use a pattern interrupt. It's a psychological way of getting someone off balance. If somebody calls you up and they act like they know you, familiarity, or they act like they're getting back to you, you have to combine psychology and a little bit of acting together. And you will make magic happen every day. The magic is that you will be speaking to people all day long. And even if you didn't make a sale today, but you spoke to 3, 4, 5 people, you had 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute conversations with people. And you followed up. You sent them more information. You sent them an offer, a contract. You set another appointment. If you have good conversations with people, I'm a glasses half full guy. Okay. I think my glass is overflowing. I think most people are nice, but they don't want to be bothered. And if you sound like someone who's going to bother them, no wonder they're rejecting you all day long. If they reject you all day long, you don't make money. So you got to get into conversations with people. And even if you don't make a sale, if you have good conversations with people, productive, friendly, mutual respect type conversations, because you're using a gut sales system, excuse me, you will feel good about yourself. That's true enthusiasm. You'll feel good and you can make the next phone call and the next phone. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Let me call this person. Let me call this person. Speaking to a few people every day and using a system, you will see your close ratio go through the roof. I don't care what you're selling. I train a lot of people. I'm in 25 now, different countries. I've been doing this for 30 years. I teach people a system of being able, getting good leads. There's nothing better than good leads, quality leads. It's so much easier. And today we have the technology to do it. We can attract warm prospects. How do I do that? I give a lot of good information. I make myself accountable. I give away a lot of free stuff. I do free appointments. This is a system called the Guts Attraction Marketing System. I'm doing a brand new book and package on it right now. I'm not going to do commercial, don't worry, but it's going to come out pretty soon. Because I believe in, maybe I'm lazy, but I don't want to talk to people all day long who don't like me, who hang up on me, say, take me off your list, or that phone call when they're nasty. You know what I'm talking about, right? How do you get? There's a great question here from Carl Randall. Thank you, Carl. How you doing, buddy? How do you get your mojo back? Great to start making those calls again. Great question. Have we all lost our mojo, our enthusiasm? Don't you love when you do something? I like making money. Okay, can I tell it? Can I get a little truth serum here? Where's my truth serum? I got it. Oh, here's my. It's only 9:54 in the morning here. Truth serum. Okay, glug glug. Thing about it is, I don't want to make phone calls all day. And get rejected. If I get rejected all day long, where people are talking down to me, they're cross-examining me like a cop who pulled you over, driver license and registration right now. Have we all been pulled over like that? I have. Okay, it's not fun. I drive a little too fast sometimes. I got a nice car. It wants to go fast, especially on a really straight road. That's another conversation. The thing about it is, when you're being cross-examined by the prospect. They ask you a million. Have we all gone through this where they ask you a bunch of questions, okay, and they're in control. The person asking, here's a rule, takeaway moment. The person asking the questions is the one in control. You have to be the when you go to your doctor, your lawyer, your accountant, your dentist, don't any professional, what do they first do? They don't read your minds. They're busy. They're going to ask you questions. What's your biggest problem? What's your biggest problem? Where does it hurt? What's the legal issue? Why are we meeting today? So you have to stay in control. The way you keep your mojo, Carl, simple question is you ask questions. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I want to find a way for us to do business today. I want to buy, sell, help you solve your problem, whatever your issue is. Can I ask you two, three quick questions? You ask me a few questions, and just in a few minutes, we'll decide whether we can move forward, or would you do me a personal favor? If you don't like what I have to offer, just fire me. Tell me to get lost. I'll leave you alone. I'm not here to bother you. This is the way I do business with people. I'm accountable. I ask questions, and I like to solve problems while putting mac and cheese on my family's table. Boom. So honest. And this is an actual system. And the thing about it, Carl, is if you had Carl, I'll challenge you, one good phone call today. And I want you to call up people and pretend you don't need the money, you don't need the sale. I want you to just chill. I want you to relax. Excuse me, one quick sip of my today is brought to you by Perrier. I wish. Wouldn't it be great if I had a sponsor? Oh my God. I'd like it. I'd rather it was Budweiser light with lime, but if you had one good phone call today, Carl, and you had a nice conversation, even if you didn't do business, and yes, why are we in business? To make money today. But if you had a good conversation with somebody, you followed up, you sent them a video. We'll talk about follow-ups if I have time here. Somebody remind me, follow-up. Follow-up's so important with people. I'm the guy who said, developed a system, said one call close. You can close people in one call, get future appointments, get contracts, get commitments, or get out in the first phone call. That's how much I believe in spontaneous selling. And I don't care if you sell $1 million homes or you're selling pencil sharpeners. Can you close people in one phone call? Absolutely. Carl, start out small. One phone call a day. Have a good conversation. Follow up with people. Hi, Mr. Randall, Claude Diamond here. We spoke about, I think we before Christmas last year, you had a problem. You were looking to buy a home with a lease purchase, and I just have a note here to follow up with you. Did you solve that problem? I think I have a few ideas for you, a few solutions. Would you like to discuss them right now, or should I leave you alone? This is gut selling. So we set that agenda. Then we move into the question step or qualification. You have to learn how to ask questions the right way and have fun with it. When you prepare 5 to 10 questions, Carl, you can chill, you can relax, you can have that conversation. If you do this consistently, often enough, you're going to see such magic happen because someone is going to say yes. They're going to want to do business with you. They're going to want to give you a contract. It's about, here's something I'm going to say. You guys can disagree with me, because this goes against the opposite of everything, all the gurus, all the seminars, all the hot coal walking parties you've gone to. Are you ready for it? Write it down. If you got your pen, pencil. The sale in my world, in the gut sales method world, the salesperson comes first. Now, if you've never heard anyone say that before, I'm sure. I know you people. I've been mentoring, coaching you people for years, one-on-one. And I know one thing about you. You're good people. You're hardworking. You're enthusiastic. Okay, until you get the crap kicked out of you and you don't want it and you procrastinate. We talked about that before. Okay, but you're good people. You're honest people. You want to take care of your family, your responsibilities. You want the good life, and you deserve it. What do I say at the end of every one of my videos? I say nobody deserves success more than you good people. I know that. You're working hard, but what's holding you back? No one ever see all the gurus, all the seminars. Nobody wants to talk about you and your feelings and how to make you enthusiastic, how to make you positive, and with the right tools, not phony affirmations or surrounding yourself with 20 VAs and all kinds of people and build your team. That's all. It's all I want. It's all BS. I'm trying to keep this really clean. Okay. And phony enthusiasm. Oh, you got to go out there and walk in the sunshine. No, you got to go to the bank and make money, because when you make money and you're self-sufficient and you're giving people good value, you feel great about yourself. And guess what happens when you honestly feel good about yourself? You work harder. You're motivated. So, Carl, sorry, long answer to a good question. Let's read Aberrant. So true about gurus saying you need to work harder. That's what I hear all the time, that if you work 8 to 10 hours a day, you're lazy. That's bullshit. I almost said it. Okay. I see. The thing is, if you use too many bad words in YouTube, you know, they diminish the amount of sponsorship and stuff you get. My marketing method, by the way, I got to check. Do I have a copy of it? Oh yeah, here. I get paid for my leads. Little deviation here. Okay. Little deviation here. I get this here. I'll show you guys. Your Uncle Claude doesn't have to be. Look at that. I get that from from Google. It says check your recent payment. That's their payment to me. If you haven't received your payment, if you can read that, every month I get a check from Google. Google owns YouTube. How about that? Every month. So I keep it kind of clean so I have a broader audience. Thousands of dollars every year I get from Google. Thousands of dollars, because and that's great. Can you imagine? Most people are in gurus and programs are telling you got to spend all this money, buy all this list, do all these mailers, hire all these people, get this technology and scraping and your Mojo dialer and all that stuff. Like, can I tell you guys the truth, or you want me to make you just feel good today? That stuff works, but it takes a lot of time. It takes money, and the quality of the leads you're getting are caca. They're no good. Give me 2, 3, 5 people a day who want a problem solved, who want to do business, who are a buyer, seller, investor, whatever, a warm prospect. Give me good prospects every day, which is what I get from my social media attraction marketing. And I even get a check every month for it. I'm so glad I had this on my desk. I wasn't prepared for that, but that worked out really well. You don't have to work 8 to 10 hours a day. I do sometimes. Okay. And I do it for one reason. And I'm still working. And this is going to sound dumb, or maybe sound like bragging. And I don't like braggarts, but I don't have to work anymore. We have made enough money. My wife and I we live well. We live in California, Colorado, North Carolina. We're debt free. It's only for one reason. And it's the whole point of this broadcast, to separate the guru nonsense from what worked for me. And I'm nobody special. If it worked for me, it'll work for you. You've got to have a sales and marketing system, and you've got to practice. I do something with my students every Wednesday. We just did it yesterday. In fact, it's on YouTube. It's called Role Play Wednesday, and I did broadcast it so you can watch it. We role play and practice the system, and you get so good at something, it becomes automatic. You get your mojo back, Carl, because you're practicing it enough. Okay. And you get your confidence back, and you speak to people, and you speak to enough people, and you make money. And that's how it works. So don't worry. You don't have to spend a lot of money on all this other stuff. You have to learn how to give good phone. Let's see. Kenny Wright, my old friend Kenny. Kenny's in Texas. Hi, Claude. Made great money this way. As you know, keep sharing. Thank you. And he's got a little thing there. Aberrant Art. Sounds like David Sandler. Great man. I've read Sandler's books and things like that. Great man back in the 60s and 70s. I love some of the older gurus. I really do. I'm a big fan of Robert Cialdini. Psychology of Persuasion, Dale Carnegie. Oh gosh, so many. Brian Tracy. I said it earlier. Brian, I think one of my favorite motivational thing is Brian Tracy, The Psychology of Success. Les Brown. If you have not listened to, you want to talk about motivational speakers, I love Les Brown. Go on YouTube, type in Les Brown, and listen to his speech called "It's Possible." The man is, he gives you goosebumps. He's that good. He's that good. Carl says, thanks, Claude. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming on. Yes, that's where I'm at. Aberrant Art. Trying to pull lists, same text, cold call mailers. You could do that. It's not that it doesn't work. It's about math. Okay. And the math analogy I always do. How many people have ever been to Las Vegas? Okay. You go to Las Vegas, you come into this town. It's like Disneyland. You go down Route 15. Okay, I drive there all the time. We go back and forth between California and Colorado. It's 1,106 miles from my home in Colorado to my home in San Diego. And when you're coming down, you go from Route 70 to Route 15, and you come into the Vegas out of the desert, and you see these towering casinos, the pyramid, the Eiffel Tower, all that thing. What's the one, the Spear with the roll? It used to have a roller coaster on top. I don't know if they still have it. And you see these billion-dollar casinos, these beautiful, shiny buildings in the middle of a desert. Why are they building those billion-dollar desert hotels and casinos? They're doing it because they're making billions, because people are coming there and the math is in their favor. They know if enough people come through the doors, they make it dark, they get rid of the clocks, they have a lot of pretty ladies serving drinks, somebody's going to leave some money there. And you know what? Quite a few people do. The math is in their favor. You've got to work with the statistics, with the math that's in your favor. Okay. If you're scraping and buying lists and things like that, okay, that's cold. That's more like going to a graveyard and writing down names and trying to find those people and call them. Okay, that's real cold calling. Okay. The thing about it is, how many of those people on that cold call list? And I know what you're saying, foreclosure lists and probate lists and things like lists are good. But the trouble is, you're calling people who did not invite you in. They don't know who you are. You're doing this high volume type of marketing to get that little 0.1% response rate. But the trouble is, you got to still spend a lot of money and a lot of time to get that 0.1% response rate. Okay, but so then the guru said, well, you don't have to do that. You got to give it to somebody else or use the technology to do all that. And the trouble is, you don't get enough quality leads. And I want quality leads every day. My business is successful because I speak to a few people every day. Excuse me, I'm going to take a little sip here with my throat. If you have questions, feel free to post them. I'll acknowledge you. Oh, that's so good. Perrier, if you're watching me, I wouldn't mind a sponsor while I do this. Let's see some questions. Earl Nightingale. I loved Earl. Very good. Great voice, too. Those old records. You guys know what records are still, right? Yes, you do, because records are big. I'll check out Les Brown. The rest I've heard and read the books. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah. I listen to other people, too. I believe in motivation, self-motivation, actually. I think the best way to get to self-motivation is by going to the bank. So I heard this interview when I started out this morning. I heard this podcast. It was an interview from a coach interviewing a student and how wonderful she was and what a great job she's doing and all this affirmations and building her team and all this stuff. And then when it came down to it, she wasn't making any money. She hadn't done one deal yet. And I said, all that enthusiasm, all that time, all that money, and she still is not doing, something is missing. And your Uncle Claude is here right now. I'm the guy, I'm going to tell you my truth. You can believe it or disregard it. It's okay. Thank you for those thumbs up, by the way. I always appreciate that. Here's the thing. If you have the right, we're not talking about the one thing that can get you to the bank today, that can keep your enthusiasm high. And we've lost this. I think we've lost this ability to communicate with other people. I think we've lost the ability to speak to other people one-on-one. We think, you ever go to the airport, or God, today when you're driving, people they're doing this while they're driving, or even worse, they're texting. I mean, we think texting and email, which I do too. I love it. Okay. But how do you close somebody in one phone call? How do you have good conversations? How do you stay motivated? You come back to direct marketing. Direct marketing is speaking to people. It's getting on the it's doing your marketing so you have good quality calls. We just talked about that. And then every day you have hard appointments, follow-up appointments, or you're speaking to people who want to be contacted. Okay, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I sell a lot of on my webpage, claudediamond.com. I sell a lot of packages and things. And then and I'm hoping then people will call me and I do one-on-one mentoring and coaching with people, which I love. I love teaching people what works and what does not work. I teach my failures and I teach, thank God, my successes, financial successes, what worked for me. And if it worked for me, it'll work for you. Um, the thing about it is, I teach people to give good phone, being able to communicate one on one with people. We've lost that skill. Okay. So the guy, anyway, this guy called, bought my package yesterday. He did it all online. It's all automatic. I love technology and it's great. I got that little notification across my screen. I love that. It's so much fun. Or on my Apple Watch, and it says PayPal. Okay. And somebody just bought something from me. And I followed up with that person and I said, thank you, first of all, for buying my package and program. I'd like to send you something additional for free as my gift. And I also include in the package a free training session. So we can talk for 15 or 30 minutes. You can ask me a bunch of questions. We can do it on Zoom and I'll record it. Okay. And maybe that'll help you to overcome your problem. Why am I doing this? Come on, you know the answer. Why am I doing this? This is direct selling, direct marketing, but it's not being the obvious old-fashioned kind of, oh, the price goes up on Friday, you ask for the order 5 times. They're still teaching that stuff. They're still teaching that stuff. Somebody said something about David Sandler in there before. David Sandler was a great sales trainer. Tommy Hopkins. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. Jeffrey Gitomer, The Little Red Book of Sales. Uh, Brian Tracy has good. There's a lot of good stuff on sales. Trouble is with sales. Sales is evolutionaries. We cannot sell. A lot of the programs and the books out there are selling like it's 1956. It was a different world. Okay. We're in 2022. People are a little bit more sophisticated, a little more worldly. Um, I think they want accountability. They want results. And a lot of the old school sales techniques, there is some good stuff there, by the way. I'm not saying it's all, yeah, not good, but a lot of the stuff does not work in a modern world today. You've got a limited amount of time. You don't have the luxury of telling people, listen, you got to get in your car, and especially in this pandemic word, and I want you to drive to my office 35 minutes away through traffic and everything. I do all my training one-on-one through Zoom. I do all my marketing one-on-one, phone, cell phone, Zoom, FaceTime, or even Facebook Live. Facebook, you can do actual live communication. I believe in direct marketing, speaking to people. What do you want people to say about you when you get off the phone? I like this person. You know what? I think I found a straight person in an unstraight world. I just did a video. I, I, I needed a new accountant. My accountant for 30 years retired. I needed a new accountant. I put out feelers, all kinds of things. Hey, call me. I need a new accountant and everything. I asked people, do you think anybody called me back? I got a lot of spam. I got junk email and texting and stuff. Nobody picked up the phone and called me. And I got one guy, I called him because I heard he had great reviews online on Yelp and sincere reviews, not those BS testimonials you see from a lot of gurus. You ever see those things? You just know they're contrived, they connived, they were begging for them. I have real testimonials, live videos from my students on my webpage, claudediamond.com. Listen to those, okay? And you know those people are sincere. And anyway, this one guy, he answered his phone on the first phone call. I hired him, and it's worked out great. But he spoke to me on the phone. Sometimes you can't automate everything. Some things they have to see that you're competent, that you're enthusiastic, sincerely, okay? And that you're gonna give them the value you want, and that you're ready to do business or make a commitment in the first phone call. That's direct selling, and that's what I do with the gut sales method directly. Let's look if we have I'll check out Les Brown. Yeah, Les Brown's great. Yeah, he's fantastic. What does he do? It's possible. That's his one speech. It's possible. I love that. He talks about how he worked in a radio station. I think he was the janitor or something like that. And one day, one of the DJs didn't show up. I think he had a little bit too much, you know what? And he called up the owner, and the owner said, "Well, just play some records, well, till we figure it out." And he got on the air, and he was prepared, and he got the job as the DJ, and that built up a lifetime career of motivational speaking and everything, going for that opportunity. Ha, so true. I got one lead after two texts. The guru says, squad up, team up, and I partnered with somebody. Okay, well, the thing about it is, if you can get a product or service that you're passionate about. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you get a product or service you're passionate about that gives people value, got to do business honestly and ethically. We got enough scam artists and jerks out there. We get that spam all the. Are you guys getting more spam or email garbage in today than you used to? I'm getting. My God, it's getting worse. And I have a junk filter. I have all this stuff. It seems to be getting worse. And the darn FCC or Federal, they don't do a damn thing, in my opinion. The thing about it is, and can you find a product service that you love that solves people's problems that's reasonable? Can you do some marketing? I promised I'd speak to you about social media marketing. I put out content, YouTube videos, 2 to 4 minutes in length. So easy to do. If you don't know how to do them, call me up or go to my webpage, schedule claudediamond.com, schedule 15 minutes with you. I'll give you the details one-on-one how to do this. Right now, just roughly you can do podcast interviews. I do them all the time. There's so many podcasts, they're dying to interview people in multiple industries. I do my own YouTube videos. Every day I have a new YouTube video, 2 to 4 minutes in length. I love doing it. You can tell I'm a man of few words, right? Now, I love talking to you guys. I love speaking to people who have issues. So, good product, do your marketing, put out content. Um, don't have a web page with a million tabs and scrolling forever and pop-ups and slides. You just annoy people and they leave your page. You've got them to your web page. Keep them there. Offer an incentive. Give them some value. Give them something for free. And don't make them scroll for 2 years and then ask them for personal information because they don't know and trust you yet. You have to earn that. See, some of the things I do teach, I was talking about old gurus, are some of the things that they did teach about earning people's trust and likability, I think are so important. Okay. How do you get people's trust and likability? How do you defeat your competition? I'm a small guy. I have a very, I think in terms of business, we have a very large, very profitable business, but we're very small in that our overhead is very low. And you've been watching me for a while. I've been on here 48 minutes. You don't see a lot of employees running around. You either see my kids if they're home, or my wife in the background. It's just your Uncle Claude here. But I put out a lot of content every day, non-commercial, consistent, contemporary content every day. I have a set thing on the sign here. Where is it? I have it somewhere on here. Every day, you want to give information to people on the product or service you're selling. Do videos, do a blog, do an audio, do a podcast, do live streaming. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to do. I don't want to do that. Big deal. You go on the camera, or you get yourself a nice little microphone like this, a little blue Nomad, whatever, for $60. You use YouTube, you use the technology. There's so much TikTok. You're hearing what's going on in TikTok millionaires. There are people who are putting out content, okay, and they're getting checks like I get every month, okay, from large corporations like Google. But the thing is, we're getting leads. So this is my marketing madness. I put out contemporary, consistent content on a multitude. I'll do one video, and that one video I can put in LinkedIn, I can put in Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, of course. I can send it to other podcasts. I can put it on my webpage. I can put it on Vimeo. I mean, you can put it on 30, 40, 50 different media outlets, and people will see these things and they'll say, "Hey, I like that person. I don't like that person. That person was entertaining. That person was informative." They're accountable. What do I say at the end of every one of my videos? And I'm going to have to go in a little while. This went way longer than I thought it would. Thank you. Um, it's basically giving people good information, saying, "Hey, call me. I'll speak to you personally." Okay, you don't have to. I love when people call me, and I'm busy. I can't answer every phone call. Of course not. I have my phone shut off right now because it'd be ringing like crazy in the background. So I wanted this 1 hour of time of silence just to speak with you folks. And the thing about it is, I get great leads by doing that kind of attraction marketing. And it doesn't have to 2, 3, 4 minutes. Live streaming. Do a lot of live streaming nowadays. I use something called StreamYard. Um, on my page, but you don't have to. That's a subscription, a technology you don't really need. You can basically just use YouTube. You can use. I use Zoom a lot. You can do multiple streams with Zoom. You can go on Zoom and you can either broadcast on FaceTime or Facebook, excuse me, or YouTube simultaneously and have all those nice controls. I love Zoom, by the way. I use it every day. I use it for training. I use it for my heart appointments. And basically, I only speak to a few people a day. I don't work 10 hours a day. I work a few hours. I have a nice routine. Some days you do work a little harder than others. I take off days. I take off. I always take off Wednesdays. I'm usually off Saturday and Sundays. If I have a warm or hot prospect, I'll talk to him Saturday, Sunday, or my day off Wednesday. Big deal. That's how one person can run a multi-million-dollar business if they understand how to communicate. It's back. It doesn't matter what business you're in. Okay, I know a lot of you are in real estate and stuff, but but sales is the million-dollar skill if you're going to succeed in any business. You've got to set up a little social media marketing. I can show you how to do that. It's so easy. Okay, and then you have a few people every day to speak to. You try to get them on video, which works fantastic. And you see magic happen every time. More and more. I was talking about the casinos and everything. The thing is, you got to run your own casino. You got to put the math in your favor. If you can speak to a few good prospects every day using the gut system, agenda, qualification, commitment to close, agenda. Hey, can we have an honest dialogue, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect? This is what's going to happen. I want to buy your home, or I want to make you an offer on your home today. I'll tell you what, I'm going to ask you 2, 3 quick questions because I want to know what I'm buying and how much you want, and we're going to do price or terms. That was interesting just now, by the way. Price or terms, and then you ask me a few questions, and I'll make you an offer. If you accept it, great. We'll work it out. If not, fire me. Can you do that for me? Can you tell me to get lost? You don't have to tell me you'll think about it, or talk to your pet rock or something like that. Does anyone know what a pet rock is anymore? Then you go to your agenda, your qualification. You learn what are the things that are the most important, the motivation of that person. Are they motivated? Okay. Or are they someone, if they're not motivated, and we use something called a Claude barometer, 1 through 10, 8, 9, or 10, they're real motivated. If they're a 1, 2, or 3, you feel like you're talking to that old jar of that old cup of yogurt in the back of your refrigerator that has the mold on it. Well, that was gross. That's not the person you want to do business with. So motivation, A. B, do they have the money, or are they willing to talk about the money on the deal? Okay. How many of us have given brilliant presentations to people, and then an hour later they said, "Gee, Claude, this is great. God bless you. And if I had the money, I'd do this deal right now, but I'm going to save up. I'm going to work toward." You never hear from them again. Never. Okay. Don't kid yourself. I told you earlier, I believe in closing in one phone call. Absolutely. So you got to qualify them, motivation, money, timeliness. Are they ready to do a deal today? If not, it's over. If they don't have the money, it's over. If you can't make them motivated, they're not motivated to make a decision to do something today, it's over. You got to find out, are they the authority? Do they have the right to make that decision today? And finally, do they have the character to keep it? These are the things that are most important in your conversation. You have to learn how to ask questions, open and closed, and then you go to commitment to close. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I've made the decision. I'd like to do business with you today. You basically said you want $250,000. You're willing to do a lease purchase. I can give you 5,000 down, or I can give you John and Mary who want to do the deal with you, and we can work together. Or I can consult with you and show you how to do it. I'm ready to make you an offer, do business today. Would you like to do A, B, or C? Make multiple choice offers, by the way. Good takeaway there. Make to say we could do cash, we could do terms, we could do a consultation, we could joint venture. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I'm a contractor. I can fix up your empty home right now. I'll put the money in and you and I split the net profits on it. Can we do it? I have John and Mary here. They have 50,000 to put down right now. If you and I can set up a 36-month rent to own lease purchase. Are you ready to can we do that today? I'm ready to do a contract with you as a principal in this. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I'll tell you what. I can't do your deal. We're too far away. And you don't want another investor in your deal. Suppose I was consulting with you and I could show you how to set this up and make this home profitable in the next 30 days or less. Would it be worth paying me a reasonable fee? So many different ways to do business and make money today if you know how to make multiple offers. That's something I think we'll talk about another time. So we talked about sales. We talked about a little bit about marketing. We talked about guru nonsense, silly affirmations, making hundreds of phone calls to people who don't want to hear from you. Don't do that. Make a few phone calls. Make one phone call today and have a good conversation. And if you feel good about it tomorrow, make two phone calls to two people who do want to speak with you. Set up your marketing for success, not for failure. Most gurus are setting you up for failure because you're going to get people who don't like you. You're interrupting their day. You're bothering them. You're an uninvited guest. They're going to reject you hard, and you're going to feel like you know what, and then you're going to procrastinate. The way you make a lot of money is you set yourself up for success by doing smart marketing. Do a guts marketing system. Okay, and I just touched on it today. There's a lot more, and you'll see that in my new package coming out sometime this year. Get a sales system where you can speak to people one-on-one every day and just ask questions. Don't give a presentation. Presentations are caca. Never give a presentation up front. Yeah, you heard me say that. That's an important takeaway. Find out if they have the need, have the money to pay for the need, have the character and the authority to make a commitment, and it's timely. They want to do it now. DQ, do it quick, do it today. And if you do this, if this is the kind of selling you'll do, you'll see the magic happen all the time, as I always say. My name is Claude Diamond, and my throat is going, and I went much longer, probably way too long. Thank you so much. I always say at the end, nobody deserves success more than you. I really believe it. I know you're working hard. My job is to get you to work so smart and stay so motivated and enthusiastic and confident. Why? Because you're going to the bank. You're making money, baby. When you make money, you walk tall. When you put food on your family's table, when you pay your bills, because the $1 million skill. Give good phone. Learn how to talk, speak to people, and you will see magic happen every time. And I truly believe that. And listen, I have a free book on my webpage, claudediamond.com. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support and thumbs up. On my webpage, I got a free book. I got a free 15-minute consultation. I do this so I introduce myself, so I'm no longer a stranger. Mom said, don't talk to strangers. I don't want to be a stranger. I want when we speak, you get off the phone and say, hey, maybe this guy's got something here. Maybe he's got value. And maybe that's someone I should network with, do business with. That's what I'm looking for. And that's how one person on a kitchen table with a little bit of technology can grow a business. unbelievably well. You guys are great. Thank you so much. I'll get off my soapbox here. You guys have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.